Israel, South America. Right? So we train people from all over the world, all walks of life, all different types of people.
So we especially came up to be with you all, as this is not something like an ordinary pop festival where you don't see the promoters. They are somewhere, collected the money behind and then gone, you know. Here we are part of we are listeners, we are audience, we are talkers, we are players, we can ask everything. And that's why Swami is, all Swami's life. You know, we are not separate from you all in any way, nor we feel that we are great teachers or gurus or to initiate and to bless you and take you to heaven. That's not the way our master Swami Sivananda taught us. He asked us to be simple, to be one with the humanity, and we are trying our level best.
Although teaching yoga was a central theme of his life, Swamiji felt the need to take more direct action. And this is where the peace plane arrives on the scene. It was painted by the American artist Peter Max.
Swami called me up a few months ago and asked me if I would like to decorate his plane, and he would do a boundary-breaking trip. For many weekends, I met Swami Vishnu once in Fort Lauderdale and once in Washington and once in New York City. And each time at the airport, we had a tremendous gathering of people, and we would decorate the plane. So, taking it through the whole United States, we decorated the plane from airport to airport, each time a little more, with this beautiful bird, fully decorated in cosmic designs, you know, which emanate joy and bliss and hope. And he calls it the plane of hope. And he's going to break the boundaries, you know, in a good sense.
Where are boundaries? Do you know? Have you seen any boundaries? Where are boundaries? What makes the boundaries? Have you ever asked yourselves, what makes the boundaries?
All these man-made barriers are nonsense. God made one world.
It's just a mental creation. Someone took a pencil and a map and drew a line.
So what causes these boundaries, these divisions? Potatoes jumping out of the same bowl. We all get together, sit together, eat the same potatoes, and a little later the potato that went into this mouth becomes this mouth, yeah? And the potato that goes into that mouth becomes that mouth, and a little later he starts shouting at me, why is that this potato is shouting at this potato? It is the human mind that is prejudiced, that is conditioned, that is stupid and that is foolish, and that converts potato into predestination. It is the foolish human mind that converts potatoes into bullets.
Swamiji wanted to draw people's attention to the fact that these are man-made boundaries, mental creations, and that they can be overcome.
So he created a passport of his own. One world citizenship passport.
This is the passport that Swamiji had Peter Max design, and Swamiji used to fly with this as his only passport. And he got into every country except France.
The peace plane was a concrete, crystallized idea. Swamiji's ideas were just the very essence to reach like a bird, flying in different directions, to different borders, to different country, without any passport.
People should be able to go wherever they like. There shouldn't be these boundaries.
Swamiji's peace plane was an image, was an icon for freedom.
Imagine a plane like that flying over people that are fighting. See, maybe Swamiji also had the idea that they wouldn't feel it as a threat. You know, you see something beautiful and you just look at it. You want to look at it. And it doesn't look in any way as though it's going to harm you.
It was in this plane that Swamiji began his boundary-breaking peace mission. He flew from place to place, ignoring international boundaries, flying into war zones, dropping flowers and leaflets.
Asked if he had anybody to help him fly the plane. He said, stick around. And then at the end of the summer he said that I was gone. And my preparation consisted primarily of calling people who had done this sort of thing, made long-range trips.
He didn't know the word impossible.
People said you can't go without a visa, you don't have enough fuel, that airplane is not sufficiently equipped, it doesn't have the right navigation equipment, the right radios, etc. to make the trip. The airplane is not capable of flying the distances and over the terrain that you're planning on, etc., etc., etc.
The first place he flew from Canada to London, and he picked up Peter Sellers. And he flew with Peter Sellers over Belfast, dropping leaflets, dropping flowers. So when they landed the plane at the airport in Belfast, the authorities came to arrest whoever was in the plane.
At which point, Peter Sellers started doing his Swami imitation, which I wish I had a video tape. It was very, very funny. They cracked up, they asked for his autograph, everything was okay.
First I was in Belfast with Peter Sellers. I flew, he was my co-pilot, and then from there we flew to Tel Aviv to Cairo.
So when Swamiji took off from Tel Aviv to fly over the Suez Canal, he had to file a false flight plan. So he had to say he was going to Nicosia because it was illegal to fly over the Suez Canal.
The week we were in Tel Aviv, 2 airplanes were shot down.
And he said, even if he was going to be shot down, he says, well, if I'm shot down now, I'll go a little earlier than you. And so many people have died in the name of war. I'm willing to put my life on the line for peace.
So he took off and changed direction. And as soon as they saw him changing direction, he got a call on the radio from the flight tower saying, you have to change direction, you're going the wrong way, immediately change direction. And Swamiji just kept going. And they said, you have orders to turn back.
He said, I have orders from higher up.
So they sent a plane after him.